Hey guys, welcome to this free course of part 7 for the Python, where we will going to cover about object oriented programming. We will going to cover about what object oriented programming is all about, core concept of object oriented programming. I will going to provide you the evergreen template as well inside this free course. So this will going to make you guys understand the concept of what object oriented programming is all about, and believe me, it will be very much easy for you guys, okay, to understand it. I will going to guide you about object oriented programming from very scratch. I will going to give you with the example of a prompt, so you will better understand the concept, okay, about object oriented programming, why we do it, what is the concept of object, attributes, methods, and how we can create or build the templates, okay, and on the basis of that we can create objects. Now in case you don't understand anything, don't worry. We will going to cover about the object oriented programming from very scratch, so do not worry, everything will be covered, okay, from the scratch, for the point of view for the beginners, okay. So if you want to get the basic idea about what object oriented programming is, so make sure that you watch the complete free course from starting to end. So now guys, we will start to go with the object oriented programming. So this is something very simple concept, but the thing is that people generally find this concept of, let's say, object oriented programming little bit difficult, okay. But be assured, I will try to 100% teach you the concept, okay, the basics, so you will going to have, or you will start to build the confidence on object oriented programming. Now before we proceed further, I just want you guys to tell that this course is basically the part 7, okay. So in case if you haven't watched the previous part, so just search here for Kuku courses, just go to kukucourses.com, and after this just go to extras, go to blogs, and just search here learn to code Python, okay, and click on search button. You will see this one, learn to code Python for beginners. Just open this lecture and you will come up over here in this lecture. Now you can see we have part 1, part 2. So if you, let's say, click on, let's say, part 1, it will take you with the part 1, and below that you will see the part 1 video, and related to this video below is all the notes, okay, for you. So amazing article, okay. So what I suggest you guys, before you move to part 7, make sure that you just watch the previous version, and this is for all the part, okay. So make sure that you watch the previous part as I recommend, because everything has been covered step by step over here. So suppose if you click on, let's say, maybe let's say part 2, you will going to see again part 2 will also going to have one video, and below that we have notes related to that, okay. Same with other part. Let's say if you go with, let's say, part 6, tap on it, same thing you have here, part 6 functions, okay, and below we have notes related to that, okay. So this is how we work here, okay. So now we will going to cover about the the concept of OOP in very detail, but make sure that it's not that much necessary, but it's still what I suggest you guys, in case if you don't know the basics of Python as well, so make sure that you watch the previous lessons, otherwise it is something good to go, okay. Let's go ahead and cover the OOP concept, okay. So if you just go here to learn to code in Python, if you click on this, okay, so you will see here what is OOP, okay, over here, okay, which we have something here, and by the way, very soon we will going to attach a video, okay, the video which you are watching right now, the course, that will be added over here. But let's first understand what is the OOP and why do we need it. So guys, OOP full form is object oriented programming. Now it's a method of a programming where we build reusable code using classes and objects. Now don't worry about what classes and objects are. We will going to cover the concept. Okay, now let's talk first about what is a reusable code. Okay, so basically what we have here, okay, if you go here, so let's say we have some sort of a, let's say you might have heard about, let's say, chat gpt. Okay, so let's say I want that some type of a prompt which I can use it again and again. Okay, so for example, let's say I create some reusable, okay, um, wait, let me just go with this one. Okay, so let's say I have a reusable, you can call it anything. Okay, so let's say this time we say it as a reusable prompt. Okay, so this is some sort of a blueprint. Okay, now what is this? See, now guys, you all know that whenever we talk with, let's say, AI tools like ChatGPT, so we ask it questions like hi, and on that basis it gives us the reply. So sometimes what happen, we create some prompt. Okay, let's say for example, let's say I can say uh, write me uh, or I can write like this. Okay, tell me the uh, states, or I can say tell me how many states, uh, then I can put here in the curly bracket, let's say, country has. Now this is one prompt I created. Okay, so I can use this prompt again and again. Suppose I go here to chat gpt, I paste this prompt, and now instead of the country, I can replace with some country. For example, let's say how many states USA has. Click on enter. So ChatGPT will tell me 50 states. Now I can again copy this same template again. I again go here, paste it here, and let's say this time I maybe, let's say, put here, let's say, India. Click on enter. Now ChatGPT will say that how many states India has. So what I'm doing here is that I created a particular prompt. Okay, a particular prompt. Okay, and this prompt, you can see I'm reusing, I'm making it reusable. That means I'm making and using it again and again. I created it one time, but I'm using it as many as time. Now let's say I want to use it again. I will again going to copy this prompt reusable template, which I called is it as a blueprint. Okay, I again just go here. I again paste it. Let's say this time I put maybe, let's say, some other country. Let's say like Sri Lanka. Click on enter, and now you can see it's saying that okay, Sri Lanka doesn't have any state, but they have this provinces and districts. So this is what the reusable means. Okay, so when you now come to the object oriented programming, so similarly like prompt we can use again and again, so similarly we create some sort of a reusable code. Okay, so I can copy this, let's say, reusable code. Let's say now we can create a reusable, let's say, code. Okay, you can say it, let's say, blueprint. Now this code, okay, whatever code, we will teach you how you can write that code. Now this code, whatever code you will going to write here, so that code you can reuse it again and again as many as time in your code. So this will become very much handy for you, and that is where the concept of object oriented programming lies. So basically what is it, it is a method of programming where we build some sort of a reusable code, okay, using classes and object that help us. Okay, very much. Okay, so you can see once we have created this reusable prompt, let's say for the chat gpt, we can use this prompt as many as time. So similarly, we create some sort of a code, okay, which we can reuse it again and again, and that is the concept of object oriented programming. So I just taught you with the help of the prompt to make you guys understand easy, okay. So that is where the concept of object oriented programming lies, okay. So very basic, I'm just teaching you each and everything from very basic so anyone can understand it. Now why use OOP? So first is the modularity. It keep the code clean and structured. Now we have said here that we in object oriented programming we build some reusable code, okay. So I told here that we build some reusable code. Now question is how you can build that. So by the way, don't worry, at the top if you will see here, okay, scroll down and just go to this one. Here you can see evergreen op template. So we will going to provide you with one template that will help us to build this reusable code. So do not worry right now that how I will going to create the code. Everything I will going to teach you from very scratch. I will going to provide you as many as resource and templates to make you guys understand the concept of object oriented programming, which will be I guess sufficient for you as a beginner, okay, and believe me, it will be very much easy for you. But let's not go there right now. Let's first cover what is OOP and why we use OOP. So the very first thing is modularity. So when you will going to create this code, so you will going to find that this code which we will going to create, it will be very clean and simple to see, okay. So that is the modularity and reusability. You can use the same class multiple times. Now you can say it like a same code, the same code we can this code will be clean and we can reuse this code again and again, okay. So that is where the reusability is. And then we can also do in capitalization. That means we can protect the data inside the object and we can do scalability, okay. So it is easier to maintain large uh, code bases. Now what how we can maintain it, okay. So scalability means we can maintain it. So let's say in future we want to, let's say, make the code large, okay. So how you can maintain it? So always remember that this in object oriented programming, whatever code we create, that is very clean, we can reuse it and we can easily maintain it. Maintain means we can anytime make, edit, okay, or you can say update. Plus if we want, we can also add new things to that code anytime. Now understand this as an example of the same prompt again and again, okay. Now let's say this is one prompt template I created. Now let's say I want to edit it. So how I can update it, or let's say I can also add the new things here in this prompt, let's say, and mention its capital. So you all know that almost all the countries has their own capital, okay, state. So let's say this time, earlier we have prompt till this much, but this part I edit it, okay. You can say that I update, or you can say I add the code. So same thing you can do it in your code. So when you will see in the object oriented programming, when we will going to, let's say, build our code, reusable code, so you will going to notice that we can anytime update and add new things to that code, and we can again reuse it as many as time we want. Now let's say if I copy, this is the another prompt, okay, the same prompt, I just update and edit the new things to it. Now if I go to, let's say, chat GPT, and this time let's say I again go here and let's say I can ask, let's say, how many states, um, let's say Bangladesh. has, and you can see the same prompt, and it is saying, you can see that Bangladesh still doesn't have any state, but the capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka. So how amazing it is. So the same prompt I have used again and again, I'm reusing it again and again, and it's very simple. You can see it's very clean, and I'm able to reuse it again and again. And whenever I want to add new things to it, I can easily update and add new things to this particular prompt. So same way we have the concept of object oriented programming, where we build the reusable code. I will teach you using my template how you can build this reusable code. But whatever reusable code we create, so that code is very clean, and we can reuse it as many as time, and we can easily maintain it by doing maybe update, or maybe we can add some new things to that code, and again we can use that code again and again. So this is where the concept of object oriented programming lies. Okay, and do not worry about it. We will going to cover and explain you each and everything, without any problems, so you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, now after this, okay, so this is what I want you. So hope you guys have for now understood the concept of what is OOP and why do we need it. Okay, now let's cover the core OOP concept. Okay, so the very first one, we have class. Now what is a class? So it means blueprint. Now I told you that what the blueprint is. So blueprint basically helps you to create the objects. Now see, whatever code we do here in object oriented programming, okay, so for that we create a blueprint, let's say a sort of a reusable code, a blueprint. Now in the concept of object oriented programming, we create blueprint. Okay, that means that we create a code which we can reuse it again and again, and this same code, it is what it is known as class. Okay, so this blueprint is nothing but known as class. So this blueprint is nothing but known as class. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, or wait, let me say blueprint is equals to class. Now why we create blueprint or class is to create objects. Now don't get confused. See, now till now what we have learned is that we in the object oriented programming, we will going to create a reusable code. Okay, and this particular concept where we will going to create reusable code, that concept is known as blueprint. But in object oriented programming, this blueprint can also be called as a class. Okay, so don't get confused here. Blueprint is nothing but a class. Okay, it's like a synonyms, they have both the same meaning. Okay, but why we create this blueprint, or I can say class? Because we create some objects in the object oriented programming. Now object can be, my dear friends, anything. Object can be, okay, anything. Now object can be, let's say object can be, let's say, your car, maybe it can be candle. Okay, it can be, let's say, some bird. It can be maybe maybe let's say your friend can also be your, let's say, object. Your girlfriend can be any object, let's say a bottle, anything. Okay, anything can be object. Now you all know that whenever we talk about, let's say, any object, okay, so any object, okay, so you all know what object is. It can be any particular, let's say, physical thing, okay, like candle, tablet, your phone, your mouse, maybe your car, maybe your bulb, or maybe flower can be object, anything can be object. Now see, when we talk about the attributes, so attributes means the variables, or the method means the functions. Now see, each of this object, each of this object, okay, can have some sort of a, let's say if we just talk about, let's say, car, okay. So now car can have some sort of a, let's say attributes, okay, and car can also have some sort of a, methods, okay. Let's say the car attributes can be its color, maybe car size, or it could be anything. And method means action that particular object can do. For example, your car can, run, okay, or maybe your car can start, your car can stop, okay, etc, etc. So what I mean to say, when we talk about any object, so any object, let's say it's a car, candle, or anything, so any object can have their attributes and can have their methods. Now attribute is the, I can say, the quality or maybe their characteristics. For example, a car can have their own color, size of the car, and even the name of the car. But the methods basically means what that particular object. Now in our case, object is right now car. Now this car can have the characteristics like color and size, etc. And the same car can do plenty of things, so that we say methods. Method means the actions that particular object can do. Currently our object is car, so our car can start, our car can stop, and plenty of things our car can do. So that is what the attributes and method is all about. So object can be anything, okay, but attributes are basically the variables, or I can say the characteristics of that attributes, and methods are basically the functions, the actions which that particular object can perform, okay. Now if you just go to, let's say, chat GPT, and let's say if I go to new chat and let's say, hey, I am learning, let's say, object oriented programming. So uh, so let's say, so what the object car, okay, can have attributes and methods. So you can even ask to chat GPT for any particular object, okay. So let's say if you enter it, it will say that if we talk about car object, okay, so this car object can have their, let's say, brand, model, color, how from which year that car has. So these are the characteristics of the car, okay. So what the car has, like a, I can say, like a characteristics. And methods means what the car can do. So your car can start, stop, accelerate, brake, honk, right. Now let's edit it. I edit, and instead of car, let's say, let's put something else. For example, let's say I put, maybe let's say, candle. I just go here, paste the candle, send. Now your candle can also have, let's say, attributes and methods, like candle can have the color, so candle can have the height. And what methods candle can do, they can light, they can melt, and so on. Now just see this, okay, for each and every element, okay. Let's say for candle we have said here, okay. So for candle we have here, and let's say if you want to go for, let's say, some other thing, let's say bird. Now this time bird can be any object, anything you want. Just go to ChatGPT and you can ask any uh, object in the world, whatever object you want. So each object has their attributes and methods. So that is what I'm trying to teach you. Send it. Now see, the bird will also going to have their own characteristics. Okay, that is the attributes. You can see attributes of the bird can be the name of that particular bird. It can be, let's say, parrot, color of that particular bird, let's say green, from which species, that can be, let's say, sparrow, eagle, and so on. And similarly, for that same bird, you can also have some methods like what the action the bird can perform. Like bird can fly, they can sing, they can eat, they can sleep, and so on. So you are saying that how any object, okay, let's say, let's go with maybe switch. Okay, if I edit it, and let's say this time let's go with maybe your, let's say, phone. So your phone can also have some attributes, any object in the world, okay, that is existing. You can just put it whatever you want, and you will going to say each and every object will going to have some sort of data in the properties. Like when we talk about, let's say, your phone, so what your phone characteristics has. So your phone can have the brand, like from which brand your phone is, from which model, what is the color of your phone, how much storage it has, and what methods are the actions your phone can do. Okay, so your phone can power on, power off, make call, charge, take picture, and plenty of other things. Let's say, let's go with maybe something else. Maybe let's say it can also be, let's say, some maybe let's say girlfriend. Okay, if you have any girlfriend or boyfriend, so you can even ask about that as well. So let's send it. Now see, haha, great question. Okay, so attributes of your girlfriend, like your girlfriend can have some name, her age, maybe what she do, like her hobby, her favorite food. So these are some characteristics maybe of your girlfriend. And let's say what your girlfriend can do. She can talk, she can go on date with you, she can express her feelings, she can send you message, she can argue. Okay. Okay, so this is what the, you know, attributes and methods are. So my main preference was to teach you the concepts in very detail. I don't want you guys to go confused in any particular step. So always remember, class is nothing, class is just a blueprint. Okay, class is nothing, just a blueprint that help us to create the objects. That means, see, blueprint means what? You create some code, okay, reusable code, okay, and the main concern of this code, okay, will be to build the objects, to create the objects. Objects can be anything. It can be car, it can be candle, bird, or anything. So if I say here, let's say, what is OOP? Okay, so in simple, we create objects in OP. Means, let's equals to, we create objects. Okay, the very first step or very first thing which you have understood for now is that we create objects by creating reusable code. Okay, so this is the simplest meaning of OOP. Okay, so what is OOP? OOP means we create objects, okay, by creating some reusable code, and that is where the concept of OOP is all about. So whenever we create any reusable code, so that thing is known as blueprint, or you can say class. Okay, so class means where we create a reusable code. Okay, and you can name this class whatever you want. I will show you that. Okay, and why we create class? Because we want to create objects. Now objects can have two things. Okay, any object can have two things. attributes, the characteristics, and the methods what that particular object can do. Okay, so this is where the concept of object oriented programming comes, and I believe at least 50% you have understood. But as we will go with the templates, okay, you can see now we will going to focus on the template, and using this template you will see we will going to create objects, okay, and a reusable code. And believe me my dear friends, it will be very much easy for you to learn with me. Okay, so let's end it, and I hope for now you have understood the core OOP concepts for now. Okay, let's start the things in a practical way, guys. So here you can see we have this evergreen template, okay, for your teaching purpose. And believe me, it's very easy. Let's not understand the template right now. Let's first learn to use this template. So now you see this template. I will simply going to copy this, right click, copy, just go here, and always remember that this is the template you will always going to use. Now let's go ahead and use it for our car example, car.py. Now we will going to create car object. Okay, now what I will going to do, I will paste this template here like this. Okay, I have done nothing, I just simply paste the template here. So after this, okay, what we need to do, so here when we talk about car, okay, so wait, let me go here, car. So what are the attributes we have for the car? Let's say car brand. So I can copy this here, go to my notepad, and I can say my car can have the brand, my car can have, let's say, color. Okay, like this. You can add more things in future, because I've taught you that you can easily maintain this reusable code by anytime updating and adding the things in the future. So I will teach you how you can add more things. But let's say for the car characters, we have added two things, the brand of the car and let's say the color of the car. Now what that car can do, let's say it can start and it can stop. So you can see I have mentioned that it can start, it can stop, and we can do more methods again. Now this template which we have got here, so what you need to do is that it is asking you what will be the parameter one. Parameter one means attribute one. Okay, so our first attribute here is the brand. So I will copy it here, I will go here, instead of parameter I will paste it here like this. And what is the second parameter? Color. Copy this, and instead of uh, attribute 2 I will paste it over here like this. So after you do this, so this is the template, you don't have to worry it's looking too scary, don't worry about it. Now this self will be as it is, and here you can see as here parameter 1. So same thing, if you will going to notice, if I show you from the start, you can see here we have a parameter 1. So parameter 1 I need to change here, here as well, and here as well. So what is my first attributes? Okay, so my first attribute is this one. So I will just go here, remove it, paste it. Here also I will replace it with brand. Here also I will make it to brand. Simple, nothing complicated. Now what is the second parameter is color. I will copy it like this. Now where are parameters to? Here, here, and here. Now I will just replace it with color, replace it with color, replace it with color. Simple. You can see we have easily done this. Now what about this? So the very first thing which we have done is to set the attributes. We have set the attributes. Now whatever attributes you want to write, you can write that here. Now my dear friends, always remember, after the attributes you need to make sure that what that attributes can do. So we have first mentioned that my car. By the way, one thing which we have forgotten, so the very first name is the class. So your template will always going to start from the class, and you need to mention the class name. Okay, so I told you that you can name this class. Okay, so class is nothing, just a blueprint. So you can name it. Let's say I want to name my, let's say, class as, let's say, car, but make sure the first character will always be capital, like this, car. If you want to write, let's say, notebook, so N will be capital and rest everything will be small. Okay, so right now we have car, so car, C will be capital, rest will be small. So I will name this class name as car, C will be big, AR, like this. So now this car object, okay, car is what? It's an object. Okay, this car is what we are, it's an object, and now we are creating object car, and for that currently we are building a reusable code, and this is the reusable code. We are creating it right now. Okay, do not worry, once you become familiar, we will going to cover 2 to 3 examples, you will automatically understand it. After this, after we have set the attributes for our car, you can see my car can have the characteristics as a brand. That means my car can belong to a particular brand, and my car can also have some sort of a color. Now let's talk about what my car can do. So here you can see method. So I taught you method means the action which my car can do. So my car can start, stop, and do plenty of things. So you need to mention the methods what my car can do. Okay, step by step, like here we have method 1, method 2. Okay, so let's say the very first thing I can say is that in the method 1, my car can start. So I can just copy this start like this, and I can paste it. Let's say here my car can start, very simple. And I can also mention that my car can stop. So I will copy the stop and I will put it here in the method 2, like this. So you need to just mention, okay, you need to pass the action. So you can remove this one. Okay, and here let's say we can write, let's remove all these things. Okay, go here and here, wait, click on colon, click on enter, it will automatically going to take the correct step. And here I can write my car can do what. So I will write here like this. Okay, now always remember, my dear friends, that whatever attributes you have here, so that attributes you can mention in here in your I can say method. So you can say that my car, okay, so the brand is this one, self brand, so you need to mention this. So I put it, let's say, in curly brackets, and I can say engine started, like this. And to make it dynamic, you need to add F, so you can see it will become dynamic. This is something you need to do. So you are saying that my car, let's say it can be of any brand, let's say Mercedes, my Mercedes engine started, like this. Okay, awesome. Now second one, again remove all the things, go here, click on enter. Now let's say I can say maybe let's say written. Okay, then in the brackets I can say driving at, okay, or let's say I can say uh, is stopping, uh, or I can say like maybe let's say um, car is, let's say car, I can mention the let's say what this car can do. So for example, the car can stop, so I can write here car, uh, let's say stopped, okay, something like this, okay. So I can do that as well, okay. And here you can just pass the thing, okay. So for example, the argument can be, let's say, the speed, okay. Something like this you can do, okay. So stop, instead of this, let's go with, let's say, my car can drive, okay. So let's say I copy the drive here, and instead of this I will replace the stop here with, let's say, drive, okay, like this. So something like this written, then let's say I can say like driving at speed. I can copy this argument and let's say paste it here, kilometer, let's say, per hour. And to make it dynamic you add f to make it dynamic, like this. Now this is the reusable template we have created for now, and now you can use this reusable template as many as time. So let's see how we can use the reusable, I can say, class, car class, okay, which we have created, okay. Now let's say I put here let's say car, let's say I create a car one, okay. So this car one I created, let's say, one object. So what I'm doing now is that I'm creating, see, I created a reusable code here, okay, which you can see here, reusable code. Now do not worry about what the self means and all, we will going to cover that at very end. But for now you have understood the code, we will going to do practice, you will understand. But this is the code we have created, which is a reusable code, okay. Now using this reusable code I'm creating the objects, okay. So object, let's say I'm now creating, let's say, car one, okay. So here is car one, and let's say I want it to be equals to the class. So I want that this car one should use this template blueprint, okay. So I name it as a car, okay, C. So I will just going to call it like this, car, car. Awesome. Now I need to mention here, you can see the car, so I need to mention that my car has a brand name and the color of my car. So I will just going to put it like this, car. In the brackets I will first mention what is my car brand, so it's Toyota, let's say. Then comma, then what is the color, just remove this self, okay, ignore it, just mention the brand and the color of my car. So let's say the color of my car is, let's say, red, like this, okay. Now if you ever want to print it, so how you will going to do print, okay, and you will write like this, car one, which you have created, car one dot, let's say, brand, same, print car one dot color. Now if you run it, you can see it will say that my car is car one is Toyota, and the color is red. Now let's say you want to print that what your, let's say, car can do. So I will write like this, car1. So my car1 is the object. Okay, so my car1 dot, you can mention what it can do. So for example, I can say it can start the engine. So I will write like this, start, and put the brackets like this. That's it. And you can say print, then I can put car1 dot. Now what the second thing it can do is to, it can drive. Okay, so car dot drive, at which speed it can drive, so I can mention that. Okay, so you can say drive, and you need to pass the argument here for the speed parameter. So let's say 60. Now if you will going to notice, if I run it, so you can see my car brand is Toyota and the color is red, and my Toyota engine is started and driving at 60 km/h. Now if you will going to notice that in the car1 is my object I created. So first I need to make it equals to this template so that we can use this template. In case if you don't use this template, let's say instead of this, let's say if I make small c, so it will show error. So first you need to call that blueprint, okay, the template which you have created. Okay, so you can make it equals to car and mention the brand and the color of that car. So my car1 is one car, okay, that is of the brand Toyota, and the color of it is red, and you can print both of them like this. And in the second one, my car1, okay, it can start, and you can mention this, my car1 can drive, let's say at this speed. So you have put the parameter of the speed here, 60, like this. So this is just the first example. Okay, always remember, very simple, nothing complicated. Okay, now let's go with another example. Let's now go with maybe, let's say, your second case. And by the way, you can see here your Python can also, sorry, ChatGPT can give you the example. Let's now first move to the second case, is the candle. Okay, so what your candle can do? So my candle can, let's say, send. Okay, so let me write here. Now our object is candle. Okay, now what could be the attributes of the candle? My candle can send. Okay, and my candle can burn as well. I can copy this, and this is the characteristics of my candle, let's say. Okay, now let's talk about the methods, what my candle can do. So let's take any one of them. So let's say I take my candle can light. Okay, like this. And my candle can let's say burn. Okay, blows, you can say maybe burn. My candle can, let's say, burn. Okay, so these are the two things we can expect. Okay, so let's now go ahead and use the same template. I will again go ahead and let me first create a new file. Let's say burn.py. Now this time I will again copy this template till this much, class, paste it, simple. Okay, now as I have told you, you need to mention the class. So let's say I can mention it candle. Okay, so here the first character will be capital, which is C, and rest everything will be small, so candle, like this. Now what is the attribute of your candle 1? Okay, so what your candle can do? So my candle can send, so I will copy the send, remove, paste it here, paste in parameter 1, paste it here like this. My candle can also burn time. Okay, so I will copy this, right in the second, paste it, paste under parameter 2 like this. Simple, nothing complicated. Now what my candle can do, so I have first mentioned my candle has the characteristics to send and burn time, and what it can do. So now my candle can light. Okay, my candle can light, and the second thing my candle can do is to burn. Okay, my candle can burn, right? So that is the activity this particular object can do. Awesome. Now let's pass it. Okay, now let's go ahead, remove this thing, go here to colon, click on enter. Now you can print, let's say print in the brackets, you can say the, I can say, I can copy this one, this, let's say parameter, I can put this parameter here. My the candle, the candle is now lit. Okay, and to make it dynamic you can put here, let's say F, like this. Simple. And in the second one you can say, let's say here my burn, and here let's say how many minutes it can burn, you can mention that. So let's say here the it is saying to put the return. Okay, so let's remove it, go here, click on enter, and here you can say return. Now you can say that my candle can burn for how many minutes. Okay, so this same parameter copy and paste it here, this minutes, like this. To make it dynamic, add F, like this. Again we created another template, you can see very easily in just few seconds. Now I can use this candle, use candle object. Okay, now I create, let's say candle maybe C1. Okay, so this time I'm creating, let's say C1 candle. So let's say C1, okay, equals to, now as I have told you like in the previous case of the car, you need to first call the template which you have created. So I will call this template because I want to use it, so I will call it candle, like this. And after this I will put the brackets like this. Same thing we have done previously, we put the brackets, and inside these brackets we need to put the characteristics of the candle, so it can send and burn time. So uh, what is the send of it? So let's say it's lavender. Okay, comma, what after send, what is the burn time of it? So let's say it's 180. Awesome, done, simple. Now you can print it. Okay, same like we have done for the previous case, print. You can see here also we have printed. Now we call the car one. Okay, so same we will going to call it, let's say C1 here. So C1 dot send. Okay, same, print brackets C1 dot, let's say burn time. Awesome. Or you can just say okay, burn time. So now if you clear it up, now if you want to see the characteristics of uh, your candle, so your candle can have the scent as lavender, and burn time, what is how many time minutes it can burn. So let's say 180 minutes it can burn. So that is what it printed here, you can see. Now this is showing the characteristics. Now what about the action, what my candle can do? So my candle 1, that is the object, my C1 candle, it can do light up. So you can see it will light. So you can see the light, I got it from here. Like in the previous case also, you will see from start I got this start. Okay, so same, my candle 1 can light. Okay, so just put it like this and now print it. Print C1 dot, you can say burn. Okay, and mention how many, because you can see we have passed this burn in the second one, and how much minutes it can burn. So I can mention that, let's say 30 minutes. It has burned for 30 minutes. Okay, now if you run it now with the characteristics, it will also going to mention the lavender candle is now lit and it burned for 30 minutes, like that. So these are two activities you have passed here. Now hope you guys have got the basic idea about what object oriented programming is. So you can even create, let's say, another one. So let's say I copy this one. So let's say I have another candle which is, let's say, C2, and it basically has the rosy scent. Okay, and it can have the burn time of 150, and here it's calling for C2. C2, just replace it C2, and till how many minutes it can burn, let's say 50 minutes. C2. So now you can see, just by using this same, I can say, template, I created one more object. So like with this same reusable template, I created multiple response from ChatGPT. So same, using this template which we have created, a simple reusable template. So using this, you can see I easily created another object. And if you run both of them now, you can see both of them has run. First one has the lavender, second one has the rosy. First one can have the burn time till 180, and another one has 150, and so on. Very simple. Same you can do with the car. So suppose you want to create a new car, so just copy this, like car 2 3. Now this is my another car, let's say it's BMW, and the color is, let's say, blue. What my car 2 can do, so first is the characteristics. It will tell that my car is this one, of BMW printed, my color is of this color printed, and what my car can do. So my car 2 can start. Okay, and it can drive, let's say, this much. Okay, let's say uh, this much of speed. Again you can use the same thing, create another car C3. So what you're seeing here is that, if you see here, we have a car 3. Now this car is, let's say, Audi, and it's, let's say, white color. It's car 3, so I just want it to build car 3 3 3. My car can start 3, and let's say here I will put 90. So you can see I created 3 object. I can say 3 car 1, car 2, and car 3, very easily using the same template which I created once only. Using this one template, you can see I'm easily be able to create as many as object, or I can say car 1 2 3, and so on. And if I clear it up, run it, you can see it has printed. So you can see first one is car is Toyota, second one is BMW. Red color is of Toyota, BMW is blue color, Toyota engine is started. Here you can see BMW engine is started. So I have written this code one time only that this engine is started. Okay, so automatically the self brand means equal to brand. So whatever brand you will going to put here, okay, this brand. So that brand will going to replace over here, like, okay, and the color will going to get it from here. So you have mentioned that you can do that, okay, blue color of that. And you can even mention what activity that car can do. You can see the BMW engine started driving at this much, same for Audi. So what you have understood till now is that you create the template once, and the template I provided you can see, you can easily create, you are easily be able to create the reusable code, okay, which is under the class. Okay, so right now we have the candle as a class in our new example, and we can create as many as object using that. Okay, very easy. Now let's go with another example. Now this time let's go with maybe bird. I will click on press button. Okay, now this time I will going to write, let's say, bird.py. Same I will do it here. Let's copy this, paste it here, very simple. Okay, now what your bird can do, so let's first see, let's take it from ChatGPT. So let's take the species. So now this time it's a bird. So let's first change the name of your class, which is a bird. Okay, so I told you that the first character will be capital, so B will be capital and rest everything will be small. Bird. Now my this bird, okay, so I'm getting a reusable template. So my bird, what character it has? So first is, let's take, or let's say, species. So my bird belongs to, let's say, this particular species. I will just use that same thing here, replace it with here as well, like this. But my second bird characteristics can be, let's say, its color. What is the color of the bird? So I can say, so this is the second parameter, color, 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 like this. Simple, very easy. Now again, remove these things, go to colon, enter. Now what my bird can do, so let's say what my bird can do, it can, let's say, sing. Let's take with this example. So my bird can sing, so I can write here, okay, let's say sing. Okay, in the method one I can say sing. Okay, so print, so the color I can, let's say, take this one in the curly brackets, my bird, let's say the blue color bird. Okay, so I want to say it like that, the blue color, or let's say also I mentioned the species, you can also mention that here in the curly brackets, make sure is singing. And you will going to notice in our previous examples we have taken this self species like here and self color from here, and the same thing we have done in the previous example. So you can see in the first one, in the method, we have taken it self brand from the top only, and for the candle also you can see we have taken the self sent from the top. So what you have learned, the second thing is that whenever you create the methods, okay, my bird can sing, so you can take the characteristics from the top, like the bird, green color, species, okay, whatever species you want, you can put that. Okay, let's say sparrow species is singing. My blue sparrow bird is singing, like that. Okay, very simple. Now let's go with the second one. Now the second method could be, let's say my bird can let's say fly. Put this, and let's say you paste it here, and you can put the argument which you want to do. So my bird can fly at the height of, so you can put the height parameter here. Okay, remove all these things, go here, click on enter, and write here return. Now just put in the brackets. Now what your bird can do, it is flying, sorry, flying at, put this same parameter here at the height of these meters. To make it dynamic, put F here and also here, that is important. Okay, and same thing you can do here. So here also in the car we have passed the parameter speed. In the candle example also we passed the parameter minutes, and for the bird we have passed the height. Now let's so you can see very easily we have created another, I can say, reusable template, or you can say class. Now let's call it, so using bird class, let's call it. So let's say I put maybe green bird. Okay, you can name it whatever you want with, let me, bird. We have that, green bird, I guess, with okay, green parrot. Okay, so let's take the name as, let's say, green underscore parrot. Okay, now I want to make it, let's say, equals to this class to use this particular bird class. So I will just going to call it bird, like this. Put the brackets. This is what you have done. Whatever, let's say, car you have created, you call the class, and you then put the values of here. Same thing I will going to do for the bird. Now what is the species of this bird and what is the color? So the bird space is let's say if I can say okay, let's put it, let's say maybe sparrow. Okay, just for an example, I'm not that much expert in bird, comma, what is the color of the bird? Let's say green, like this. So this is the characteristics my bird has. Now let's print it. Print, and I told you to print it, just call your green parrot dot species. Okay, same, print again green bird, so green parrot dot, what is the color of it? So if you run it, it will tell you that your bird is sparrow and it is of green color. Now what activity my bird can do? So for that you can again call your green parrot dot, my bird can, let's say, sing. Okay, so I can write here my bird can sing. Now you can put that in brackets, and now you can even print what your bird is doing. So I can pass green parrot dot fly, my bird is flying, let's say at 20 meters, like this. So you can see that I got it from here, fly. So print green parrot is the parrot name. Okay, green parrot, and the argument is basic, the parameter is height. So this is under the fly method, so I put dot fly and height. okay, is the parameter, so I pass the argument 20 for the height. Same you will see here, we have done for all of them. So for car 1 you will see car dot drive, the drive we have got it from here, and speed is the parameter, and 60 is the argument for that parameter speed. Same, and if you run it, so this is how it will go. So for now, hope you guys have understood how we have how we can create this uh, code, reusable code, using my template I provided you. So for now, as a basics, you have understood how you can create a reusable code using my template, and you will see it's very clean. So you can see the code which we have created, it's very looking very clean. In the car also you can see it's looking very clean. For the candle also you can see it's looking very clean. Okay, you can, and you can see we are reusing it. So you can see for the candle example we have used it to create, let's say, candle 1, candle 2, and so on. For car as well we are reusing this template. Let's say for car 1 we created car 2, car 3, and so on. And for the bird also we are reusing this one again and again. So the code is reusable, and you can easily maintain it. You can anytime update and edit. For example, let's say you want to add one more characteristics. So let's say if I just go back, let's say in the car example, let's take one more example. Let's say from which year the car belongs to. So I go here and I create, let's say, third one. So I will put here comma, put the third one. Now go to the next line. Now again, self dot, let's say, year equals to year. Like, see, so you can see I added another characteristics here. Okay, so what I meant to say is that you can update your reusable code anytime, and you can add anything anytime. So that is the benefit of object oriented programming, by the way. And you can again use it in your methods. Okay, let's say engine brand, and let's say I pass it, let's say self year, let's say engine brand, let's say at year uh, engine has started. Okay, like that. Now if you run it, sorry, wait. Mm. Okay, so if you see here, we as color, brand, color, and year. Okay, so you can see we have put brand, color, and it is saying one missing argument. Okay, year. So for which year it belongs to? Let's say it belongs to 2010. Okay, wait, let me delete, but same thing you have understood for now. And if you run it, you can see Toyota 2010 engine is started, like that. So what I mean to say is that your code, the whatever code you will going to create, reusable code, it is maintainable. That means you can update and edit anytime you want. Okay, and I have shown you with the live example. We have just now added another characteristics, and we just incorporated that inside our code, and it started to work. So this is what I wanted to teach you over here. Okay, now similarly you can create as many as objects. Now let's try to understand the code. So the way in our code we have here the class name. You can see the class name. Okay, so what the class name is, so it creates a new class, I can say blueprint. So whenever you use this, class, so it helps us to create the blueprint. Okay, and inside this we create our code. Okay, init, basically it's a constructor method to initialize attribute. So basically you can see in our all code we have this init. Here also we have this init. Here also we have, you can see this init. So what it does is that it helps us to create the attributes. You can see this brand color eye, so whatever characteristics or attributes you want to add, so that is possible with the init because it helps us to add the attributes. You can see here to initialize attributes. So that is that thing, self dot parameter. So it helps us to add the parameter. So you will see here at the top we have here self dot parameter 1, parameter 2. So whatever parameter we have put here, so that parameter can be added using the self dot 1. Okay, so don't go here too much inside it. Okay, just understand that it help you to store your attributes data. So if you will notice here, so self dot brand is helping us to store the data. So whatever brand you will going to call here, so that brand is also stored in your here. So you can see here, so whatever method you will going to write, so in that method we have used self uh, attributes and we have mentioned that here. So basically you can think self like a storage where you will going to store your brand color, so whenever you call it, it will going to get trigger, right? So you don't have to go very in depth inside it. And same we have method. Okay, and you don't have to focus on these two. Okay, and self is basically refers to the current object itself. Like here self is related to car. So for example we are talking about car, so it is saying that this self car has the brand, color and year. So this self car has the brand whatever you want, this car also has the color, this car also has the year. So that is what the self means. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, now one thing which I want to tell you is that I hope you guys have got the basic understanding of how object oriented programming works. I taught you the basic concepts with our this particular thing I try to explain you. Okay, so in simple, object oriented programming helps you to create object, and to create object we first need to create the reusable code. Okay, and using that, after we create that reusable code, we can create as many as object we want. And that is what the concept of object oriented programming is. So object oriented programming basically is a method of programming where you can build reusable code. Okay, and you can create objects using that. So that's the very basic thing. Okay, and I believe at least you have got the basics understanding of how OOP works. Okay, and one more thing that related to object oriented programming. Okay, we have these things, and if you scroll down now, object oriented programming is something very more broad. So here you can see we have attached the link. Now you can check this particular blog. Okay, you can even click on this object oriented programming, okay, in Python. If you tap on this, it will going to open a new blog where you will learn more about the object oriented programming. So for now we have taught everything, the basics of object oriented programming, but object oriented programming has plenty of other things like encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and plenty of other concept. So that currently you have watched the beginners, which is sufficient as a beginner's point of view. But object oriented programming has so many things. If you want to read it, you can read it from here. Otherwise we have, if you go to the courses at the top here, okay, and if you just search for Python, so here we have Python programming bootcamp. So this particular course is a complete course of, I can say, 15 minutes that will going to cover 53 lessons. And believe me, we have separate 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours lecture on object oriented programming in very detail. We have covered each and every of the advanced topic about encapsulation, inheritance. So these are the something advanced topic which I don't want to cover in this basic guide, okay, of your object oriented programming. But this is something we also have, so I suggest you guys to get the membership. We have all these things, okay, uh, in our pro course, so you can just get the membership. Okay, and if you go at the top here, click on pricing, get membership, you can just grab the membership. Okay, We have two plans, you can easily grab any one of them. Okay, and after you get our membership of the course, so not only Python but you can access all our courses. You can see Elementor course, Coolify, self-managed. So all these amazing courses we have under the membership, like Jupyter Notebook Python course, Tableau for data analytics, and plenty of things you can see at the left side. We have all different categories. You can go to next page to see more courses. So all these courses currently we have in the membership, so you can just get the membership. Okay, and you can also buy the courses individually, but membership is what I suggest. So you can grab the membership, and if you want to get 50% discount in our membership, so you can watch this video. By the way, this video will going to guide you how to buy our membership, but not necessary. So normally you purchase like in any e-commerce website, so same is the procedure, but we still recommend students to watch this particular video to learn how to get the membership. And inside this same video we have taught how to get the coupon code, and if you want 50% discount in the lifetime plan, then you can access it. Okay, but we have two plans, whatever you want to go with, but I suggest to go with the lifetime plan. And the last thing which I want to tell you is about the library. So whatever you have learned about object oriented programming, so as a beginner's point of view, this library is very much amazing. So it's a additional thing if you want to get. You can see the developer kit. Here we have a plenty of other things like, you know, Python projects, 200 plus Python projects. So you have done the basics. So now if you try to go with this uh, library, you will be able to solve all the mini projects, and you will going to get expertise in it. And you can see more projects, not only limited to Python but other like 100 plus Python developer program and plenty of other things. You will also going to get video editing, prompt template, and much more. Okay, so explore the library as well. So it's just a one-time payment, but you can access it, okay, if you want to. Okay, so this is what I wanted to teach you guys, and this is all about learn to code Python. Okay, so if you have watched the complete guide, so this is all about the Python, and believe me, if you have covered till this much, okay, so this is something sufficient for us, okay, to learn Python. And after this you can just go to any field, okay, like it is sort of a foundation whatever I have taught you. So these are something like a foundation, and after this you can go to any field like data science, okay, automations, AI. So this will really going to help you out to actually understand uh, the things, okay, but we have covered the basic foundations which are required for you to understand, and this is all about your Python journey. Okay, and I believe that you have also able to understand the object oriented programming very easily as well. Okay, so this is all I wanted to teach you. Okay.